In this video, we are going to see the reliable data transfer of TCP protocol. In the last session, we were seeing about this timeout period, how to calculate the timeout period and the segment structure. If you take this TCP reliable data transfer, we have to see these things. That is, TCP creates RDT service on top of IP's unreliable service. As we discussed in the previous videos, only this transport layer is called a reliable protocol. The other layers, the other underlying layers such as network layer, data link layer and the physical layer are called unreliable layers. Then we have pipelined segments here. Then cumulative acknowledgements are possible. That is, if we send 3 packets at a time, no need to wait for the separate acknowledgement for every packet. Cumulatively, it can give the acknowledgement. The receiver can give the acknowledgement for all the 3 packets. Then TCP uses single retransmission timer. Then retransmissions are triggered by 2 things. How the sender will come to know that it has to retransmit the particular segment or packet is by using 2 methods. One is timeout events and the other one is duplicate acknowledgement. Next, initially consider a simplified TCP sender. Ignore duplicate acknowledgement. The next one is ignore flow control and the congestion control. Yes, TCP sender events. What are the events that happens at the TCP sender? It creates segments with the sequence number. Sequence number is byte stream number of first data byte in the segment. So we said, right, we have to give the sequence number. So what is how the sequence number is given is, it is nothing but byte stream number of first data byte in the segment. Next, start timer. If not already running, think of the timer as for oldest unacknowledged segment. Expiration interval, as we said, timeout interval can be set with the help of the estimated RTT and the deviated RTT. Then timeout, retransmit. If the timeout happens, what should be done at the sender side? So it has to retransmit segment that caused timeout. Then after resending, it should restart the timer. Acknowledgement received. If the sender gets the acknowledgement, what it should do? It can go for the next data transfer and it can start the timer. Yes, whatever we said theoretically, they have given in terms of algorithm here. See, next sequence number is equal to initial sequence number of that byte stream. Send base is equal to initial sequence number. Yes, then event. What is the event initiated? Data received from the, if I get the data from the application layer, I have to create the segment and pass it to the next layer. And the sequence number should be set for that packet. Then after sending the packet, I have to initiate the or start the timer. If I am not getting the acknowledgement within the timeout period, then I have to retransmit and start the timer once again. If I get the acknowledgement within the timeout period, I will be going for the next data transmission. This is what happens. Okay. So see here, they have explained with the diagram that host A is sending 8 bytes of data. So the sequence number will be the initial byte numbers. So sequence is equal to 92 and 8 bytes of data is sent. So what will be the next expected data? It will be acknowledgement is equal to 100. So 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Like that they are calculating 99. So the next expected data will be the acknowledgement number, as we said already. That is why acknowledgement is equal to 100. So the host B receives all the 8 bytes of data successfully, then it is giving the acknowledgement is equal to 100. But what happens in between the sender and the receiver during transmission? The data gets lost. That is not data, it is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is lost. So now what the sender will do? It will wait for the timeout period and it will resend the same data once again. Then it will start the timer. Then now after receiving, but the host B is not aware that acknowledgement is lost, so it gets the data and again the same acknowledgement is given by the host B. This is lost acknowledgement scenario. What happens if the premature timeout happens? See here, sequence number is equal to 92. As we said already, the same case, they have taken 8 bytes of data they are sending. Immediately they are sending the next data, that is sequence number is equal to 100. After 92, 8 bytes to send means the next data sequence number will be 100. So the starting sequence number will be 100. So how many bytes of data now they are sending is 20 bytes of data. First, host B is getting the data, that is 8 bytes of data, and it is giving the acknowledgement as 100 because the 100 is the next data it is expecting. Next, immediately it gets the next 20 bytes. So next expected data will be will be the sequence number of this acknowledgement, current acknowledgement. So it gives acknowledgement is equal to 120. Okay, so but the host A is not receiving premature timeout, means before getting the acknowledgement, if the timeout occurs, that is called as premature timeout. So I didn't get the acknowledgement, but my timeout happened. So what I should do as a sender, I will be resending the same data, that is sequence number is equal to 92 8 bits. For that only the timeout happened. So I am sending the data once again, for which I am getting the acknowledgement. If you find this one, the acknowledgement is cumulative acknowledgement. Once again, this acknowledgement is cumulative acknowledgement. Acknowledgement equal to 120, which means that the host B is trying to inform the sender that I have received the first 8 bytes of data as well as the second 20 bytes of data. So it is informing the sender that I am expecting the data from 120, whose sequence number is 120. That is why it is giving the cumulative acknowledgement, that is equal to 120. Next, cumulative acknowledgement scenario. What happens if we use cumulative acknowledgement? The same case they have taken, sequence is equal to 92 8 bytes of data, acknowledgement is equal to 100. What happens here? The acknowledgement for that data has been lost. So here they are resending sequence is equal to, they are sending on the next data, that is sequence is equal to 100 with the 20 bytes of data within the timeout, but I am getting the acknowledgement of the cumulative one, that is for the 8 bytes of data as well as the second data transmission, that is 20 bytes of data. If I get the cumulative acknowledgement within the timeout period of the first data, then no need for the sender to resend the first data once again. That is the use of cumulative acknowledgement. See, I am sending two data. Okay, for the first data, I have not received the acknowledgement. For the second data, if I receive the acknowledgement within the timeout period of the first data sent, then no need to resend the first data which I have sent already. This is what cumulative acknowledgement scenario. With the help of the cumulative acknowledgement, bandwidth is not wasted by sending the same data repeatedly whenever the acknowledgement of the receiver is lost. So same thing is explained once again. Yes, fast retransmit. So timeout period often relatively long. If the timeout period is long, then what we can do is long delay before resending the lost packet. There will be long delay in resending the data. In that case, they have found a new method to overcome the long delay, that is detect lost segment via duplicate acknowledgements. How can I detect the lost data? This with the help of the duplicate acknowledgement. Sender often sends many segments back to back. If segment is lost, there will be likely be many duplicate acknowledgements for that segment. Yes, if sender receives 3 acknowledgements for the same data, it assumes that the segment after acknowledged data was lost. Okay, I will explain you with the diagram. Fast retransmit, resend segment before timer expires. What is the use of fast retransmit? Without timer expires, we can retransmit the data so that there will not be long delay. Time consumption will be less. See here, if you see this diagram, you can understand what is fast transmit. See, I am sending the data with the sequence number x1. Okay, so it reaches the host B and it gives the acknowledgement. And I am sending the next data. It goes, but it is lost during transmission. Now the host B is expecting for the second data, the sequence number with the x2. But it is receiving the data with sequence number x3, x4, x5. Now within the timeout period, it has to be informed. Host B should inform within the timeout period of the x2 that it didn't get the data. So what it is doing, it is giving triple duplicate acknowledgements, 3 times the acknowledgement of the data which it has received correctly. So what is the data which it has received correctly? The data 1, that is sequence number x1. So acknowledgement x1 is sent 3 times within the timeout period of the second data, so that the host A or the sender will come to know that the packet, the second data or the sequence number x2 has not been received by the receiver successfully. So within the timeout period, it will send the data. Clear? So when this, what is this timeout period is? First it sends the acknowledgement and it starts the timer. Within that timeout period, if it sends another 3 acknowledgements, same acknowledgements, triple duplicate acknowledgements is sent by the receiver, then the sender will come to know that it has not received the next data successfully. Then immediately it will resend the next data. This is what happens at the fast retransmit. Yes, this is the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement received with acknowledgement field value of y. If y is less than send base is equal to y. If there are currently not yet acknowledged segments, start the timer, else increment. If I get the acknowledgement, I can increment. Else increment count of duplicate acknowledgements received for y. If count of duplicate acknowledgements received for y is equal to 3, if I am getting the acknowledgement 3 times, same acknowledgement 3 times once again, then the host A will come to know that it has not, the receiver has not received the next data successfully. Then it will immediately resend the segment with the sequence number y. Yes, this is what happens in the fast retransmit algorithm. With this, I am ending the session. Thank you. Bye.